Welcome to the Day 8 of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav event. I am Neeraj Chawla, a member of EBSB VESIT. The aim of VESIT is to develop the creativity of the individual. So, here's the video about VESIT. It was a very wonderful about our college visit. So, starting with the day 8 of our end, EBSB, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, is an initiative taken by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. EBSB aims to enhance interaction and promote mutual understanding between people of different states, UTs, the concept of state UT pairing. The states carry out activities to promote a sustained and structural cultural connection in areas of language learning, culture, traditions, music, tourism, cuisine, sports, sharing of best practices, etc. With this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Without any delay, let's begin with today's event. Maharashtra's great. Next slide, please. Today I will be talking about Sant Tukaram Maharaj, whose kirtans and abhangas are famous all over the country and in the world. Next slide. Sant Tukaram Maharaj was a 17th century Marathi poet, Hindu, and a great devotee of Lord Sri Vitthal, that is Lord Krishna, popularly known as Tukoba in Maharashtra. He was a son of Warkari Sampradaya in Marathi, the Vaishnava tradition in Maharashtra. He was part of egalitarian, personalized Warkari devotionalism tradition. Sant Tukaram Maharaj is best known for his devotional poetry called Abhanga and community-oriented worships with spiritual songs known as kirtans. Sant Tukaram in modern-day Maharashtra state of India. His complete name was Tukaram Boloba Ambile. The year of birth and death of Sant Tukaram has been a subject of research and dispute among 20th century scholars. He was either born in the year 1598 or 1608 in a village named Dehu near Pune in Maharashtra, India. He spent most of his later years in devotional worship, community kirtans, and composing Abhanga poetry. Sant Tukaram pointed out the evil of wrongdoings of society, social system, and Maharaj by his kirtans and abhangas. Philosophy of Sant Tukaram Maharaj. Vedanta. In his work of Abhangas, Sant Tukaram repeatedly refers to four other persons who had a primary influence on his spiritual development, namely the earlier Bhakti sons Namdev, Jnaneshwar, Kabir, and Eknath. Early 20th century scholars on Sant Tukaram considered his teachings to be Vedanta based but lacking a systematic theme. Kirtan. Sant Tukaram encouraged Kirtan as a music imbued, community oriented group singing and dancing form of Bhakti. He considered not just a means to learn about Bhakti, but Bhakti itself. The greatest merit in Kirtan, according to Sant Tukaram, is it being not only a spiritual path for the devotee, it helps to create a spiritual path for others. Social reforms. Sant Tukaram accepted ideals and devotees without discriminating gender. One of his celebrated devotees was Vainabai, a Brahmin woman who faced anger and abuse of her husband when she chose Bhakti Marg and Sant Tukaram as her guru. David Lorenzen states that the acceptance, efforts, and reform role of Tukaram in the Warkari Sampradaya follows the diverse caste and gender distribution found in Bhakti movements across India. Literary works of Sant Tukaram Maharaj. Authenticity. Tukaram Katha is a Marathi language compilation of his works, likely composed between year 1632 and 1650. Also called Abhanga Gatha, the Indian tradition believes It includes some 4,500 abhangas. The poems considered authentic cover a wide range of human emotions and life experiences, some autobiographical, and places them in a spiritual context. In one of his poems, Santukaram self-effacingly described himself as soul, confused, lost, lacking solitude because I am wearied of the world, worshipping Vitthal, Vishnu, just like my ancestors were doing, but I lack their faith and devotion, and there is nothing holy about me. Legacy of Sant Tukaram in Maharashtra society. Sant Tukaram's abhangas are very popular in Maharashtra. It became part of the culture of the state. Warkaris, poets, and people study his poems. Sant Tukaram literally works along with those of sons Namdev, Namdev, and Eknath, states Mohanlal, are credited to have propelled Warkari tradition into pan-Indian Bhakti literature. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, while under arrest in Yerwada Central Jail by the British colonial government for his non-violent movement, read and translated Sant Tukaram's poetry along with Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and poems by other Bhakti movement poets' sons. Places associated with Sant Tukaram. Tukaram Maharaj Janusthan Temple, Dehu. It is a place where Sant Tukaramji was born, around which a temple was built later. Sant Tukaram Vaikuntha Sthan Temple, Dehu, a place from where Sant Tukaramji ascended to Vaikuntha, that is abode of God, in his mortal form. There is a beautiful ghat behind this temple along the Indrayani river. Sant Tukaram Gatha Mandir, Dehu, modern structure, massive building housing a big statue of Sant Tukaram. In the Gatha temple, about 4,000 abhangas created by Sant Tukaram Maharaj were carved on the walls. Now let us see the books and movies related to Sant Tukaram Maharaj. Books. Arun Kolatkar published 6 volumes of avant-garde translation of Sant Tukaram poems in 1966. Dilip Chitri translated writings of Sant Tukaram in English in the book titled Says Tuka. Chandrakant Kaluram Matre has translated selected poems of Sant Tukaram published as 100 poems of Tukaram. The 18th century biographer Mahipati, in his 4 volume compilation of the lives of many Bhakti movement sons, included Sant Tukaram. Movies. Tukaram, a silent film by Ganpat Shinde, was released in year 1921. Also, a silent film in the same year 1921, a film by Kalanidhi Pictures titled Sant Tukaram was released. Tukaram in 1936 were released. This movie on Tukaram was screened open air year. Tukaram in year 1938 in Tamil by B.N. Rao was released. And many more movies like Santa Tukaram, Bhakta Tukaram, Tukaram in Marathi, Telugu and Kannada languages were released. Next slide. So thank you for being a great audience. Now I call upon Varam, over to you.
Much Neeraj for the wonderful description of the Maharashtra's great poet Sant Tukaram Maharaj. I am sure the audiences are intrigued to know more about these great personalities. Thank you EBSB VESIT for sharing this information about Maharashtra through this marvelous event. Thank you everyone for being with us and stay tuned for tomorrow's event. Thank you.